The Mainstreet loan heats up as more EIDL loan denial applicants look elsewhere for funding. This is a Friday update from LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. But let's get right to the news. In recent days, a lot of you have, unfortunately, received EIDL loan denial letters. And so the Mainstreet loan program is starting to sound more attractive to you. But it might sound even more attractive this Friday. The reason why is if you watch our EIDL loan video, which is entitled something along the lines of EIDL loan terms and conditions, you will see that these terms and conditions of the EIDL loan, even if you're approved, even if you have the funds, might be so onerous to you, you may have no interest whatsoever. As LALATE first detailed, the Mainstreet loan program or Mainstreet lending program is not run by SBA, it's run by the federal government. The terms of it are totally different. Those terms and conditions have not been released. LALATE has detailed them in some regards. In our last recording, we took a screen share of the actual proposed details. The Mainstreet lending program has an entry loan amount of $500,000. It's underwritten by the federal government, but it's processed by your local bank that is federally insured. The loan program is open to you. It's open to small businesses, 500 employees or less. It's something that's attractive to a lot of you. But the loan terms are different. The point is that a lot of you thought that the EIDL loan terms were great, and apparently now, according to LA's Bombshell Friday, are just not that good. They're quite scary. So if you want different loan terms and want more money, a lot of you are wanting, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you might consider the you might consider the Mainstreet lending program. As LA has detailed, there's 3 steps to this program, or 3 levels. There's an entry, a middle, and a higher. The entry is loans starting at $500,000. But if you want to know more about how to apply for the EIDL loan, how to apply for the Mainstreet lending program after an EIDL loan denial, watch our video before this one that has Mainstreet in the title, and you will see us screen sharing going through the loan application process as proposed. Again, it is not live yet, but it will be underwritten by the Federal Reserve. So let's answer your questions, and there were some great questions about the Mainstreet lending program. Mahalo West, get this money because it opens the options for your business. Most businesses will not survive this recession or any recession with 14 to 20% unemployment in history. Get this, you'll never know when you need it. Great point. And Mahalio makes an interesting point that we are going to see worse economic times this fall. There's going to be a second wave of the pandemic. Even the president admits it. He's not going to be giving you additional funds of money. He's actually made that clear. Steve Mnuchin doesn't want to give you additional sums of money. Moreover, what's actually worse and worrisome is that a lot of analysts on CNBC this week have been calling this the onset of a depression, not a recession, which is a whole nother ball of wax. LaJewel, I would most likely apply for the Mainstreet lending program. Well, thank you, LaJewel. Ross Felice, this morning I received the EIDL grant and loan. Good. Jerome Carter, for those seeking smaller loans amounts, the EIDL is a 30-year term, more attractive than the Mainstreet program at 3.5%. Not necessarily if you watch today's EIDL loan video about the terms. The terms are quite horrible for the EIDL loan. Shantana, praise God for your help. I've been researching how do we apply and when will it open end of May? Great question. LALATE was really one of the first. The print edition of LALATE was the first to run a story about the Mainstreet lending program. It was announced, I think, in March, and then nothing happened, and then we didn't hear anything, and then we heard some general breakdowns of how it's going to be done. The Fed is under fire for really not underwriting this yet, so see this coming really quite soon. I would say early June. I don't see it coming in like May. Shantana, praise God. Shantana also says, can you give more info about the Magic Johnson funding, please? Yes. I don't have that ready for today's recording. As you know, this is a cold reading of questions. But earlier this week, Magic Johnson made a public announcement that if you are a small business and you tried to get PPP money and couldn't get it, or as this channel said, don't get it, you can apply to him. He is doing a lending program for small businesses that had been shut out and haven't gotten money through this process. Really quite wonderful. If you want more questions about his program, drop them in the comments below. His wife follows LALATE on Twitter, and we'll be happy to detail more about his program. There's a lot of small grant and other lending programs which we can detail. We'd be happy to do that if you want those detailed as well. Norm T. It's just great that you're covering the Mainstreet lending program. Well, thank you. Ricardo, I can't wait to hear more about this program go live. Kate, thank you for the updates. I will. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Matt Cates, thanks, LALATE. Well, thank you, Matt. 22 Makeup, 212 Makeup. LA, today, per your advice, I called, so there's a problem verifying my bank account. Got the grant deposit, loans under processing, sole project check, verified as a hold up. So she's an EIDL loan applicant, but it seems like it's getting moving. Great to hear. Paul Ryan, thank you, LA, for the mention. I've been thinking of a different way to expand my business using the Mainstreet lending program. One way is to use the purchase new equipment or hire 1 or 2 more people to operate it. This will be an option for using the majority of the 500,000. What are your thoughts about that? Absolutely. My business is a transportation business that moves recreational vehicles around the United States. Absolutely, Paul. Get those loans. You know, the Fed is doing a lot of different things that they've never done in 20 years, and these things aren't going to be around. These things come and go, as you've seen with our EIDL loan stories. The grant came and went, and these things are here and they're gone. So stay with us. We're giving you new stuff, and you need to grab new stuff when it comes available. It's, again, not live, but we are going to stay on top of it for you. Ross Karim, can I apply for a Mainstreet loan? Yes, you can. Here's your email. I'm not going to read it on mail. On air. Fennel, LA, please do something regarding funds for people who, like myself, who are 501c3s. I filed an EIDL 330 Vortex, didn't get the grant, awful. Received the portal invite 514, still waiting. I'm still waiting for an answer. My concern is a loan. There needs to be something different for nonprofits. It's horrible. My organization helps other people. After dealing with Katrina and having to start over, I would have thought the system would have gotten better. No. I can't remember if the Mainstreet lending program leaves out nonprofits. If you watch, I think we covered it in the terms when we screen shared last video. We did. I think it said it didn't cover for nonprofits, but I can't recall. Please watch that video. That we actually go through the documents that Fed has put out, guidance on the Mainstreet lending program. Sean Michael received an EIDL grant, got portal invite, $53,000. Great. And $53,900 waiting on approval. Well, I hope it comes. So the Mainstreet lending program, if you have applied for the EIDL loan and got it, and now watched our Friday video on the EIDL loan, don't want it and give it back, or if you applied for the EIDL loan and didn't get it and want something else, this might sound great to you. And if you have had problems with PPP or PPP loan or EIDL loan, otherwise in any other regards, the Mainstreet lending program may be the saving grace. We will keep you updated about this and any other lending programs that might qualify for you as a small business owner. If you have comments about today's video, drop your comments below and we'll feature them in Saturday's recording. As always, stay with LA for more.